Better get that money.
Welcome back to Loving Life with Leslie. Today, you guys, we're doing cream cheese wontons. And this is one that your family is guaranteed to enjoy. So first, if you want to learn how to make these, you have to hit like, share, and subscribe. And I will be more than happy to give you all my secrets. Let's go.
Now let's make the dough. You're going to start off with 2 bowls, one for your wet ingredients and one for your dry ingredients. Your wet ingredients will include 1 egg, 1/3 room temperature water. You're going to whisk those 2 together. Be sure there's no eggshells in it. And if there are, just take them out. But also be sure that you set aside some extra water in the event that your dough begins to dry. You can always add more water later. Then you're going to have your 2 cups of flour and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. As you begin to mix your wet with your dry ingredients, pour slowly as you whisk to be sure all of your ingredients mix properly together so you can get the exact consistency that you're looking for. There you go. Now this part is just all stirring. Just finding your rhythm. And this is one of those things where the more practice you get, the better. So let's stir. All right. Now shape that perfect ball and voila, there you go. Grab a non-stick platter. Place your dough ball right in the center of that platter. Also, pull out a butter knife so you can cut that ball straight in half. Once you divide it evenly, reshape it back into 2 smaller balls. Perfect. Now, find, of course, a clean towel to cover your dough and let it rest for 10 minutes. There you go. Pretty easy, right? 10 minutes are up. It's time to roll out that dough, make it as flat as possible, and your goal is to cut as many squares as you possibly can in that dough. And I mean, it's really that simple, guys. There's no certain size. It's homemade. Imperfections are perfect in the homemade world. All right, let's get to that cream mixture and start stuffing. Let's go.
Okay, so when you have your dough all pressed out, as you can see, I have already took the initiative to flatten one of the balls and roll it all out and cut it into squares. These are not going to be uniform squares, obviously. If you want it uniform, you would have just went to the store and bought the individual wraps. This is a case where you are actually making your own dough. Personally, the individual store-bought wraps, they do have a different taste than your homemade dough. This kind of when I go to Chinese restaurants and I eat their rangoons, this is the taste, this is the flavor that I normally taste when I'm in a restaurant compared to the individual wraps that you would get at the store. So this is why this is our home preference. However, if you're in a rush and time is an issue, the little store-bought wraps work just as fine. I would say the cream cheese itself is where all your flavor is, the filling of the rangoon. However, if you really like that crispy, that flaky, that restaurant quality rangoon bite, this is the trick to it, the homemade dough. Okay, let's go.
Now take those freshly cut green onion and mix that into your 8 ounces of cream cheese. Take 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce and 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. There you go. And 1 tablespoon, or possibly 2, depending on how spicy you want to get, of hot sauce.
I hope this was a video that you enjoyed, and I hope that your family enjoys the recipe even more. I am so happy you decided to come back and join me in my kitchen. These are the best cream cheese wontons ever, and it is definitely one of our family favorites, and I'm sure your family will say the same. So make sure you comment below and let me know how your family reacted to the recipe. Feel free to add crab to this recipe, and that way you can just make it a little bit different. So again, I thank you for coming back. Please look out for the next video, and it was a pleasure as usual having you in my kitchen. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching this entire video, and I really hope that you enjoy these cream cheese wontons. This is definitely a family favorite, and I'm sure your family will enjoy it just as much. I really wanted you to learn how to make the dough for these wraps, because a lot of people buy the wraps and it's so much more cost effective to just make your own. And the flavor, trust me, is worth it. This is one that your family is going to enjoy, and I would love to hear how your family reacted to this recipe. Please put your comments below and share with me all the ideas if you added crab, different kind of meats or flavors. This is one that I can't wait to hear about. Thank you so much for coming, and I'm going to enjoy my crab wontons. Damn, it's not crab wontons.